Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, everybody. We're just doing a little fun, little thing today. Anyway, this is live show number 85. It's all about the Nami, it was called the Viper, and now it is the Burn-E from, Michael Shaw, who was I think one of the developers over at Cabo. This is a really interesting scooter that we've been hearing about for a long, long time. We've seen some videos on it. We're going to have ours soon, but we just couldn't wait, basically. So Julian will be on the show. He will be the one that's going to be selling this in the United States. It's going to be an expensive scooter, but it also looks like one of the best packages in the electric scooter industry. So it's going to be really interesting. And also we studied a lot of what's out there and kind of came to a lot of new conclusions. Anyway, so pretty interesting. Also, we're going to have Scooters in the Street Star Wars edition for you guys today. So look forward to that. Alex Simon will be joining us from Scoot America. He is, I think, a couple weeks into his trip. He's had some interesting encounters, so I believe he's going to be on live if we can get him on in just a little bit here. And then also at the end of the show, there's an Urban Machina giveaway for an Inokim bar bag, the Inokim hat, and riding gloves. So shout out and thank you to our friends over at Inokim for sponsoring the giveaway and supporting the community all the way over from Canada. So if you're not on Facebook, check out our Facebook group. It's, it's big now. It's almost 17,000 strong. All kinds of stuff going on there. David Voss runs that, and there's Mod Saturday, Scooter Ride Sunday, Photo Friday, all that good stuff. And then also if you're on Instagram, we got almost 7,000 subscribers on Instagram. So check that out. We're always posting stories and, behind the scenes stuff. If you're interested in electric scooters and kind of just personal electric vehicles or PEVs in general, that's kind of what we do. Our mission here at Electric Scooter Guide, or ESG, as a lot of people say, is to proliferate electric scooters, around the world, and basically to make the world a better place, and get you out of your car and just enjoy life and not have to deal with parking and traffic and all that cost associated. Not that we're against cars, but there's some good alternatives out there, and you guys know that. If you're on YouTube, or definitely hit that like button, the thumbs up button, and subscribe. If you hit that bell notification, you'll get notified, because we started our time. It's now at 4 o'clock, and so I know that time change. It takes a while to kind of get adjusted to that and everything. So anyway, all right. I guess without further ado, let's kick off the show with Photo Friday. All right, so Photo Friday, this blew up last week. I think there was over 200 submissions for Photo Friday last week on the Facebook group, so that was kind of nuts. And so most of the winners are from Philippines, then Italy, and also Poland. So first off, honorable mention goes out to Adam Maliki from Wrong Way. And he posted, basically, this is the Nami Burn-E in Warsaw. This is with Jacek Mrozkiewicz. Anyway, Adam says, David Voss, yay, this time I'm good. So cool, and looks awesome. And if you don't see the Wrong Way videos, he got to, the darn Nami scooters are, it's like if you're in Europe, you can kind of get them, and when they ship them across the water, it just takes a long time. So anyway, other honorable mention goes out to Francis May Mejia. This is the Dualtron Ultra 2 and the in Antipolo in the Philippines. So beautiful shot. It looks like probably at sunset. And he has a message, which I won't read, but we'll just put up on the screen there. Thank you, Richie. All right, runner up this week goes out to Eugene Martinez from Cabo, Philippines, who was on the show last week, actually, for the racing show. Anyway, he shared this photo he took of Jomar Terriman, and he says, David Voss, thanks you guys. Shout out to Jomar Terriman, who let this Wolf X, so this is the Wolf X, fly on a motocross track. So you can see he's getting some pretty nice air there. The other runner, there's actually 2 runners up that kind of tied, and the other runner up is Tajak Tikaz. So this is the eScoot. You've probably seen some of these photos before, but really great photos. This is the eScoot 10 and eScoot Mini, and this is in Rome, Italy. So this is from Tajak and Addy with the heart emoji and a scooter emoji, and he says, well, there. We'll just show the screenshot there. So that's awesome. Okay, and the winner this week is none other than Silmar Sagala, boom, posting the Mark MVP Viduya MN. I don't know what half these things mean. Viduya MNL Philippines Prism. So this is a 48 volt, 11 inch dual hub, 20 amp hour, and not your ordinary electric scooter. Yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of find out what that is. But, sometimes, different countries, like you get, like Cabo and like some brands are kind of everywhere. Xiaomi, right, are everywhere. But then there's other brands that are just like really specific to different countries. It's just a fragmented, brands right now. So pretty interesting. Okay, we're going to get to the community content roundup, but first a quick commercial break sponsored by Voro Motors. This is the Road Runner, which is a scooter that I find myself on more often than not. The dirty.
Hey, what's up, Chuck?
Hey, Ramir, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah. How was your weekend?
Ramir says it was pretty chill, and he also says he likes hydraulic brakes better than cables.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. So what else did you do?
Nah.
Sorry. No, go ahead. I'm just. Yeah. No. How was it? How was it? Though?
Let's have some fun, people.
Yeah.
But, my weekend was pretty cool. I had my niece and nephew over.
Okay.
And then I was just chilling, relaxing. I got a new computer, as you guys can see.
Oh,
fancy.
It looks nice, man.
Fancy. What else? I didn't ride my bike this weekend. I needed to relax a little bit.
Were you sore from all the hill climbs?
I did too much. Kind of bruised myself a little bit. So I also played some video games. MLB The Show.
Yeah.
I beat somebody this weekend.
Who did you beat?
None other than David
Vosk.
Oh, hit that perfect.
Vosk. Yeah.
You played against David?
Yep. 3-1.
You beat him?
Yeah, I beat him. Finally.
Wow.
How was your weekend? What did you do?
Good. I had this pickleball tournament. I actually went to a legit one, not our ones are legit, but it's all of our friends kind of just play. But we went to one out of town, and
really? How did you do?
my main partner and I went to it. It was it was with Will.
Oh, okay. Will.
So Will is a guy I play with Tuesday, Thursday mornings, and it was good. Actually,
Wait, what's going on?
let me just I got to represent here. There was 10 teams.
10 teams.
And we.
What did you do? Is that a participation?
Yeah, I got a participation medal, but
Oh no, you placed.
it's a silver. It's a silver.
Okay, second place. Yeah. Congratulations. Chuck.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
cool.
Boom. Yeah, it was good. I can't take this off now because it's over. I'll just leave it on for this segment. I'll be that guy that wears it to like the
He's all
grocery
like,
store
and it's whatever.
I'm just gonna wear it like for the next couple days. I'm not taking it off.
Hitting the scooter, just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
All right. So community content. This is where we show parts of the community, your rides, different things. But first up, we have Scooter Ride Sundays. That's where you share your group rides, with your family, your friends. We love to see you scoot, so keep it coming on Sundays on the Facebook group. So, first up, we got some googly eyes that we found on Reddit, actually. It was quite funny. So just...
hey, can anybody guess what scooter... Does it already say what scooter it is? I'm sure someone here is going to know. This is the older version, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
You got it. You got it. It's not the Pro.
It's not the Pro.
Because the Pro has the newer screen. I can't see from here, but I believe this has the the old dot matrix, basically the 4 red dots that was the screen of the infamous wide wheel.
Okay. So
anyway.
So first up, we have Adam Maliki. It fits with the show's theme. He's on his Burn-E, and it's a little, fly by action.
Oh, okay.
He's out there. Let's watch it one more time.
What was that? Okay. It's perfect there. Anyway, that was pretty cool. And that video is great. We were studying a ton of videos earlier, getting ready for the show. We also got another flyby. Oh, we got a little. Hold on. Here we go. Let's just go. That's our. Thank you, Nordium. Shout out to, we got a super chat from Nordium. He says, shout out to Ramir and Voss and Chuck. You already know you're glowing today. I don't have to. Oh, he says.
Yeah, I wasn't glowing until you sent that. So thank you. I needed that. that.
Thank you, Nordium.
Thank you, Nordium.
Okay. So this is another.
There's another one.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it?
Oh, geez, Louise. Wait. Mike Suarez, dude, you got. All right, let me do this, but don't feel like Mike Suarez. You should get extra. We gotta have something special for Mike. Anyway, he says a gift from ECS. I don't know what ECS is. What's ECS? Put it in there, Mike. I mean, you're putting in some change right now. Big shout out to Kipper and the guys. Oh, maybe that's his work or something. Anyway.
Shout out to them.
Mike Suarez, awesome. And big shout out again, I'll just say it twice. Big shout out to Kipper. Kipper, whoever you are, big shout out to you, buddy. That's awesome.
Mike and the boys.
Damn, okay.
All right.
Crazy.
Cool.
All right, another flyby by Ducas Pico Alonso posting. Now, this is a Xiaomi M365, and it says dual. Oh. But watch this.
Let's check it out.
Watch. I'm just going to keep this thing on. Oh, that's fast.
Okay.
That's fast. That's
check it out one more time.
Richie's putting it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just skip to the part where he goes. Let's see if we can determine how fast this is just by watching. I'm gonna say 25 to 30.
The scary thing about that for me is that the scooter originally only has the rear brake, and a little bit of regen up front.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, and luckily he's not on like a road,
yeah.
Or it doesn't look like there's a lot of. Anyway. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so this is Duca's Works, Cheers Rome, and then they say number 1, or maybe we wrote this, I don't know. Number 1, wear a helmet. Number 2, never seen a Xiaomi drive like that. I don't know if these are Trina's notes or what he wrote, but anyway, that's crazy.
I ain't never seen a Xiaomi drive like that.
Is this your new song?
Do you know that one?
No, Xiaomi? Really? There's a Xiaomi song?
No.
Paul. He's coining it.
Paul's making music over here.
It's a musical reference.
Paul,
okay.
Get in the booth.
Oh, ECS is East Coast Scooter. So ECS is East Coast Scooter. So shout out to East Coast Scooter.
Okay, cool. Next up, we have Nostra Damat, and he's just chilling around Dubai. Check this video out.
Yeah.
He says it reminds him. I don't know. Nice video.
Yeah. Segway. Doesn't that building look like a ship? That one building?
Oh, yeah, for
That's
sure.
kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Okay. Next up, we've got Monster Mike posting Sunday chill rides with Guapitos riders in Longotevere, Rome, Italy. What is that? It looks like it's a bug. Is that the? Oh, it's the helmet. That's a really cool helmet. I like it. Oh, okay, we got another super chat. Let me just lightsaber it up. Nordium. I saw some of the show last time. Anyway.
It was like a super chat battle last week.
Yeah, it was a super chat battle. Anyway, I remember Nordium was part of it.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
And Melvin
and Nordium.
Right?
And Voss got in there.
Did Voss get in there?
I think so.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Nordium, big super chat. Shout out to you. Hop in the STU boys. Let's make a Xiaomi anthem. Oh, he liked your song. I think. Hop in the what? Stew?
Like, we're going to cook it up and make a song.
Is that a thing? I never heard that before. Learning.
No, I'm just messing around.
Oh, okay.
So in continuation to community content, we have Mod Saturdays. That's where we show you accessories, mods, upgrades, my favorite part of the show. First up, we have JP. He posted the girl riders of EKSAD, EKSAD, and this is in Abu Dhabi. And check out these female riders. What are they riding? Let's see.
Definitely wolf on the sides, and then I think that's a Fido.
It looks like a Fido.
Right?
Oh, there's no suspension in the back, so.
I don't know.
I think it's, and then it looks like a weep head, doesn't it? Like right.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In the back.
I mean that curvy stem. There's only one.
Yeah.
One original, at least, of those ones. All right, awesome. Next up, we've got another one from Ducas, Pico, Alonso, with a walk around of this Akai. It's a Akai finished product, dual ped Scorpion, 160A6. So 160 amp? No.
It could be. Holy smokes! I mean,
84 volt.
yeah,
84 volt.
this thing is tricked out.
6,000 watts.
He's got the PMTs on there.
Yeah. Magura 4.
Yeah.
Duca Works build in Rome, Italy. Holy moly, moly, moly.
Nicely done.
Tokyo Drift, Scooter Drift, Paul on the new Scooter mixtape in the studio. All right. Let's next one. Before Chuck throws it off everywhere.
I'm going to knock someone out with this thing.
I know. Boom.
All right.
Next up we have Cosmore Cunningham, and he posted his Wolf Warrior 11 in the Sunny Isles Beach, Florida. He has an LED deck, portable speaker.
You got to have fun, man.
Oh, I know this song too. Kanye. And I wonder, nice scooter. It looks super sick. Go ahead, Paul. You take the
I was
next
to say that wolf looks like it's in a cage right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's keeping the rest of us safe.
Nice.
All
It's
right.
a cool looking scooter.
Let's see here. Mod Saturday?
We're done.
No.
So now it's the community content roundup. So we have, Richard Clay, how you say his last name? Clehy, the future.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is
Oh
a fun.
my goodness!
This is a fun video.
If you haven't seen this, you
It's the
haven't
future
been on your
PV,
phone this
This
week.
man riding his Hunter. Coag.
Tell me if you've seen this. Tell me if you've seen this already.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
If you're on Instagram, basically this is a song. TikTok.
Yeah, I think it's a TikTok. Yeah, I think Paul was saying he made this a few years ago, and now that it's short, it got picked up.
How did this not get picked up? This is so nuts.
It got picked up. That's why.
Yeah. This man needs to get on the show. This is micromobility at its best.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a channel. He's had a channel for a while, and then I think this is newer. But yeah, he's been he's been working on his channel for a long time, and it just all of a sudden
we need to get this guy. We need to get this guy.
His
going.
YouTube is Hunter Coad.
Okay, yeah. So shout out.
ALD.
Yeah. Say, and then also the TikTok is Hunter Coad Official. Yeah. So check those out. I mean,
Respond to the DMs.
This guy's anyway pretty crazy. And then we got a quick super chat. Wrong one. Nordium's rolling in it. Shout out to Melvin, says Nordium. So thank you, Nordium, and yeah, shout out to Melvin. Where are you, Melvin?
He's here.
Melvin should be with that guy on the thing because they're both in LA, right?
Nice.
I think they're in LA, right? Isn't the hoverboard that flyer?
It's down in Southern California somewhere.
Anyway. Cool. Okay. And then we also have, it is a slightly older video, but just because it kind of fits with kind of what we're doing today, this is Britain's Royal Marines. Now, if you have not seen this is super cool. Wow. They decided to join the fun testing out this jet suit used in place of a helicopter to go between vessels. So just kind of look at this.
They got the Boba Fett action going on, huh?
Jet Trooper. Battlefront 2.
Check it out. Would you ride that? I would.
I would if I'm over water. I don't know if I'd ride 30 miles an hour like with light poles right on top of me.
Yeah.
I mean, but over water, you could fall into water. It's all right. I've been like water skiing and stuff. You fall, it's all good.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
But look at this landing. But wouldn't he like destroy somebody if he like got like
you could like
pointed
melt
one of
somebody's
those?
face off
Right?
with this thing.
It's not air pressure air, right? It's like a jet fuel or like,
they're little turbines.
What kind of gas or fuel is it running off of?
I don't. The big ones run like a kerosene, and so it might. Or it's kind of like a kerosene. And jet fuel is like between kerosene and diesel, but it's stinky. Yeah, stinky stuff. You burn it really fast.
So it's not going to last for too long up there. He's going to go.
And you can't carry that much, and you get fuel on your back. So if you crash,
it's scary.
Yeah,
I mean,
shout out to the Iron Man footage. Right
yeah,
that was pretty sick though.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So if you want to be a part of all this action, join the ESG Facebook group. To participate in community content. It's pretty fire. Get over there. We're going stronger every day, and it's always something fun. Always something fun.
For sure. Okay, and we're gonna go do a special Scooter on the Streets segment, and this is a Star Wars edition, Scooters on the Street.
So yeah, we're back. Paul, how are you?
I'm good. That'd be even better if I had a microphone.
I got you. I see.
There we go.
That was the perfect time. Chuck got me off guard, so I thought I'd get you. So yeah, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I don't even remember what I did. Chasing kids around.
Oh, that's the best weekend you can have. Speaking of kids, wow, great. Hey, Paul, you just alley-ooped
down with the segues.
So, the sons of ESG, to celebrate May the 4th be with you, we have our sons, they're all in their Star Wars gear. And
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of ESG.
So we'll leave it to the audience to guess who's kids which.
Yeah. Can you decide? Can you figure it out?
So that's Nolan, my son on the far left.
And there's Lincoln in the middle. It's my boy.
And Trina's son, JJ, on the far right. And they all have on a Darth Vader suit. So, let's see. There we go. So it's pretty cool.
All right.
Super chat.
Oh.
Whoop.
Super chat.
Okay.
Who do we got?
We have Voss. He says, Voss will. Well, let me read it first.
Nordium. Nordius from Nordium.
Okay, I don't think that's true, but he says David Voss.
That's a great way to start.
Sorted fruit bowl if you join the Facebook, and guarantee you just spoke with him on the phone. I don't know if he spoke with him on that.
Spoke with who?
David Voss. He said you'll get a fruit basket or something like that if you join the Facebook group. But you get to have a great time and you get to meet cool people on the Facebook group and potentially win a Facebook giveaway. So you do get something.
All right. So next up in the Scooters on the Street Star Wars edition, we have the Star Wars Battle Droid STAP vehicle. This is something that apparently came out in 1999, and it was a...
Today we are looking at a unique and rare Star Wars item that few collectors may have. The STAP scooter from Zap World.
Steve
Sansweet listed this electric scooter as one of the 1,000 coolest Star Wars collectibles in his 2009 book. Released in 1999, the scooter depicts the Battle Droid STAP vehicle from Episode 1 and features a sturdy metal frame with a quick and quiet electric motor. The STAP requires some assembly, and the design incorporates safety reflectors into the laser cannons as a cool effect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
To drive this scooter, kick up the attached kickstand. Lightly press the yellow acceleration and kick off with your foot. The scooter can reach speeds of up to 13 miles an hour, which is great for short rides in your neighborhood. This scooter comes with a 12-volt charger.
That's pretty cool. This shows how far scooters, PVs come along. And But speaking of, that was in 1999. This video comes from 2017. Here's a Super 73 e-bike that's designed as a Star Wars speeder.
I love this one.
It's pretty, I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen this. Maybe. But, it goes with the theme, Star Wars. They're on the streets. Dang, it's like right on the nose. before pre-COVID times.
I kind of wonder if the bicycle guy was part of the plan or if that just kind of happened right there.
Either way, pretty cool.
Boom, there you go, bam. Oh, Star Wars, baby.
He said, forget the chicken.
May the force be with you.
Star Wars speeders out here. Yo, it's kick-ass. Yo, it's original. It's first time I see something like this since I've seen the movies. 20 points for originality.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There we go. Whoopsies.
Oh, guess who? You guys know who this is?
No, who is
I
it?
don't know who that is.
Eden Versio.
Oh.
Eden, right?
Yep, Battlefront. I see you, Chad. All right, that's
All
pretty
right.
cool.
All right.
Dope.
And then we've got another one. More super chat.
What?
There you go.
Crazy.
Who we got? Nordium again. It says, imagine just getting absolutely speared by the front of that thing. That's true. It's could absolutely happen.
Yeah.
All right. So another one, Tim Bremer has become known as the Mando the Man-Child in Los Angeles, who cruises around with a baby Yoda on his e-skate.
Baby Yoda name is Grogu. Mandalorian, shout out to that show. You guys watch Mandalorian on Disney Plus?
No, I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh, man, it's a great show.
I want to see it.
Is it good, Mandalorian?
Yep. Sure is. All right, that's pretty dope. Hey, let's Star Wars themes. We had to get those scooters on the streets. Cool. I'm glad our boys got to be on the show too.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to ESG updates.
All right. Coming up soon, we have the Apollo Air.
Oh, I think you. Oh, there we go.
There we go. So we have the Apollo Air and the Air Pro. First look dropping this week and blog. So, yeah. So we have that come out later this week, Friday. They'll both be dropped, and then next week's live show will be about the Apollo Air and the Air Pro, and the Apollo team will be on the live show. This scooter is it's pretty cool.
It's always fun when those guys come on. Mac and LOI and
Yeah, I love guests. Every time we have a guest talking about their scooter, I think it brings super value to the show.
Yeah.
I remember one of them said it's like their favorite scooter to ride right now.
That's true.
The Air Pro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah,
I won't tell you who.
We'll find out which one.
But I will say that I think it's, I put on our Instagram that it's it's very comfortable.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love having those guys on because they're surprisingly open about things. I mean, they just really say what they think. And, always look forward to that.
Yeah, so next week. And we also got some new scooters coming in here, some Dutron, some with Burn-E. When we get ours, we'll break it down. And yeah.
Cool. All right. So next up, we're going to have an update from Scoot America. We're going to be joined by Alex Simon as he scoots across America on a plethora of scooters. He's on day 11 of his cross-country trip right now. And we saw this week he ran into a little trouble. He had some rain. He had a couple scooters break down, including the 011X. And also did an interview in Rockford, Illinois with a CBS affiliate there. So let's check in with Alex.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, good to see you.
Likewise.
Are you dry?
I am dry finally.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a challenging week.
Yeah.
I tell you, I've had better, but I keep moving forward, so I'm on track.
Yeah. Wow. How many days of rain have you had recently?
I think total about 3, maybe 2.5, but one was just nonstop. It was about 9 hours of just not a single minute without rain. I kept changing clothes and I kept getting rained on. And on that note, I do not recommend it, nor do I endorse rain riding.
Now, but the last we heard, you hadn't actually had any of the scooters give you any trouble due to being wet, though. Is that true still?
And they still haven't.
Fantastic.
That's still the case. So they all the scooters I rode in the rain, I have ridden since, and they all have been working fine. So the problems that I did run into were not rain related.
Yeah, and so now you have had a couple of problems with a couple other scooters. The 011X was one of them. Did you figure out what happened there?
I think it's a controller issue, and the guys at Rev Rides are actually overnighting me a new controller.
Nice.
So I should have that in the next couple of days, and I hope to revive the 011X.
How are you going to intersect with that part? I mean, you just sending it a couple towns ahead, or how are you doing that?
Yeah, my support guy, Brian, who's, like I said, he's like the Swiss Army knife of support crews. This guy does everything. He knows people, in almost all these cities along a US 20. So there's somebody in Fort Dodge that he knows. And he said, hey, just use this address. When we swing by there, we'll go by their house and pick it up. So, we make it work.
Nice. And then I guess you got to visit with your wife in Chicago?
I sure did. She flew in. It was the shortest trip ever I had with my wife. I hadn't seen her in a couple of weeks. So she flew in, arrived at 6 p.m. on Sunday night. And by noon the next day, she was gone. But it was a nice, quick visit. And I'll see her again in another couple of weeks. But it was nice, and it makes the trip better. And I've seen so much, guys. I've been, last time we spoke, and Chuck, good to see you back.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we forgot to welcome Chuck back. We're so glad to have you back, Chuck.
It's all right. It's just 1 week.
It's good to see him.
Yeah.
So I was in Buffalo, and I've been through Pennsylvania since, which is where it rained on me mostly. Then
and you escaped
Ohio,
Pennsylvania successfully?
Yes, I escaped Pennsylvania, made it through Ohio, Cleveland, Toledo, then made it through Amish country, which is beautiful. I don't know if you guys have ever been there in Indiana. It was the first vehicle I actually passed on the whole trip was when I passed the buggies and the horses and the Amish people. So that was amazing. What a wonderful and beautiful place, in this country. Made it to Indiana Dunes National Park, which was amazing. Saw Lake Michigan, saw the beach for the first time in a few years. I haven't been to the beach. Then on to Chicago, Illinois. Met some awesome people there. The guys from SCOW, the scooter club of Winfield, Illinois. So I rode with them. Ran into a lady named Sue, which made an awesome sign for me, made a shirt for Scooter America. Met her somewhere along the way. I don't even remember which city it was. But it's been fun, got on the news. I was on the news in New York, in Lancaster. I recorded a piece yesterday in Rockford, Illinois, which is actually airing on the local news tonight. So promoting the cause, and just made it to, I'm actually at this beautiful hotel, Julian Hotel in Dubuque, Iowa. So here I am.
Really covering some ground. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, for those who want to follow along with Alex's progress, we've got we set up a blog to chronicle Alex's trip on our website. Also at the ESG forums, you can check in and see the glimpse map there as to where Alex is. And of course, follow Alex on Facebook. And I'll let you go ahead and plug the site because I'm going to get it wrong.
Absolutely. Facebook.com/0toepic, or just look up username 0toepic. You'll find me, and Instagram username 0toepic. If you happen to be a youngster who's on TikTok, I'm there as well.
Nice.
Username, you guessed it, 0toepic.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We're really enjoying checking in with you every week, and I hope your next week is sunnier and less dramatic, and But it sounds like it's just an experience of a lifetime, and we feel really fortunate to get to come along with you.
Oh, thank you so much, guys, and we'll see. Hopefully, the next week will be better. But it's been an adventure, and it's been every bit as amazing as I thought it would be. And on May the 4th note, here's my. Goodbye.
Live long and prosper.
That's all right. That's all right. Hey, good to see. I'm glad you're doing well, Alex. It's keep up the good work, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for the support, guys.
Yeah.
Right. Take care, Alex.
All right.
Talk
Okay.
to you soon.
Bye-bye.
We have a super chat, so let's.
Super chat.
G-Man had. Yeah, he says, great job, guys. You're the reason I bought an E-Move Cruiser, waiting patiently for my Warrior X from Voro. Will you be reviewing that Warrior X soon?
Yes.
Keep up the good work. Good job. Tuning in from Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah. Looking forward to getting our hands on a Warrior X, and I think for sure we'll be checking one of those out and testing it, and yeah, sounds like a really exciting scooter.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. All right, so next up, another new segment we're doing is highlighting the ESG Forum and Post of the Week. And this week's Ask an Expert topic was somebody was asking about interchangeability of throttle controllers. And in this case, the throttle was a little bit abrupt on his scooter and wanted to know if changing the controller would improve that situation. And then the solution we came up to is probably more to do with P settings than the physical controller itself. And we've got a great P settings database on our website. And although in this case, he came up with a scooter that we don't have P settings for. And so we're hoping that we can help expand that through discussions like this on in our forum. So we'll just keep growing that P setting database. But it's a handy thing. If you've ever searched for P settings, you've probably landed there before, because I know that's where I always end up when I'm looking for P settings, back on our own website. Anyway, so you can always get more guidance in the forums for anything, any scooter related questions you have. Is one of the easiest ways to get a hold of us, because we're in there all the time. And you can sign in with your Facebook ID or your email, and join us anytime.
QR code.
Oh yeah, or that QR code right there. We'll get you there.
All right, and now it's time for the deal of the week.
All right, the deal of the week this week is from UScooters, and it's the UScooters Booster GTSE. Use ESG code electric-scooter.guide GTSE and get a $60 discount. It's normally $1,049 US, and with the discount, you get it for $989. So check that out. It was one of Chuck's first scooters was in that family of scooters, and
it's actually one of the most underrated scooters out there. It doesn't get a lot of attention.
And one of those scooters that people stick with for a long, long time.
For sure. Yeah. And folks over in France, I mean, in Europe especially, it's like the biggest name. Over here is not so much, but I think as people discover it, I know all my friends, when I got mine, they still have theirs too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right on. And so now, on that subject, is a commercial break from UScooters. All right, and we're back.
Wow, that was cool. I haven't seen that.
I think none of us have seen that ad yet.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen part of that ad before, but then the part where it's it's going up the hill and the bike's just like stopped and walking. And
yeah, we were all like tangled up in our headphone cords just now. The song changed, and we're like musical chairs.
There's a lot of chords in here.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
So now on to the main event. We're gonna talk about the scooter the entire Scooterverse is talking about, and of course we mean the Nami Burn-E AKA Viper, and the Nami stands for New Age Mobility Innovation, and the Burn-E is their inaugural scooter. So this is their first scooter that they're launching, and it's a
real quick. We gotta let me do the super chat. Super chat from Garage T-Turn, maybe. Music and Const, SEK 59. I don't know how much that is. Thanks for your review. I am now an Inokim Ox Super rider. Love and respect from Sweden. So hey,
nice.
One of the best, scooters out there.
Yeah. In fact, it shows up in one of my questions coming up. Pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. And so the
One more super chat.
is another one?
Oh.
Dun dun dun. More
What?
super chat.
Before the 59.
Oh, before that
there
one.
was.
$10 one.
Wow.
We got that. The eMove Cruiser one.
Okay.
Yep. We got that.
And on we go. All right. So it's the Burn-E is a 3,000 watt. I think it's actually maybe even a little underrated at 3,000 watts from creator Michael Shaw, who was an engineer at Cabo before he launched Nami. And today we're going to be joined by Julian Fernau of Fluid Freeride, he's the U.S. distributor for the Nami for the Burn-E.
But he's ridden it.
And we're going to be asking Julian what it's like to ride it, and he's going to be answering questions from the live chat. So be sure to send us your questions in the live chat and tag us at Electric Scooter Guide, and we'll get your questions to Julian at the end of the interview.
And then we'll also go through some features and some stuff that we've kind of discovered and Paul's discovered through watching all these videos as well. So we're going to deeper dive. I mean, we'll get the deep dive, and then we're going to go even deeper.
Yeah.
Just all the deep stuff. Okay.
All right. And now we're joined by Julian at Fluid Freeride. Julian, how are you? Oh, there we go.
There we go. I got it.
Sorry, we didn't have your audio for a
What's
second.
going on, Julian?
Hey, how are you? What's up? Good to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. And so, we're super curious about, we haven't had a chance to ride one ourselves. We're super curious about the Burn-E. What's it like riding a scooter with 3,000 watts on tap and a top speed of about 60 miles an hour?
So first of all, I'm sorry I couldn't get you a review model yet.
No worries.
And this has been has had to do with some shipment issues. So the scooter we currently have here only has a 60-volt battery installed. Mm-hmm. So everything I'm telling you, you can probably add a little bit more power on top, right? But that's why you haven't received it yet. Battery's coming in, so within 2-3 weeks you're going to have it, and then you can really, go even deeper than today.
Fantastic! Oh, really looking forward to it.
And look at what's it like. I am not the biggest fan of the most powerful scooters, right? So usually, the Mantis is kind of where it tops out on me. I'm riding this one at like 30 miles an hour, 35, and that's pretty much it, at top speed. The Nami feels like the first really powerful scooter I'm riding that rides like everybody can ride it. So. Usually when we give even like a dual motor Mantis to test here for people in the store, we tune down the settings. Especially we ask, like, have you ever ridden a scooter before? And then depending on the answer, we tune it down. The Nami you can give to somebody to test and say, hey, go easy on the throttle. And that's it, in maximum power settings. And it works. My wife is even more extreme than me. She does not like these super powerful and heavy scooters. And she gets on at maximum power settings and cruises along, but you have all this power at your fingertips. And I think this is the initial, let's say, most a notable impression I had for the scooter.
And that's an amazing thing, because then you don't spend your time sort of switching between modes. You just use your thumb and ask the throttle, ask it to do what you want it to do, and it does it. So that's fantastic. Have you? I know it goes a long way, so you may not have had a chance or the desire to do it. Have you tried a range test on it at all?
We have not, no. Yeah. And the reason is we don't have the right battery installed.
Sure.
So that's why it kind of, we will though. But what I've seen from some of the other reviews, I think real world riding should get close to 50 miles. Mm-hmm. But obviously, if you take it to a racetrack and you go 50 miles an hour, it's going to be much less.
Yeah.
Right.
And then one of the unique features of the scooter, almost unique, I mean, the Ryan can do it, but one of the rare features of the scooter is the ability to adjust the power separately to the front and the rear wheels. Have you played around with that at all? We did, yeah. I mean, I had to get some tips for more experienced riders, as in when this would make more sense. Mm-hmm. And actually, we've discovered that it makes a lot of sense when you go a little bit trail riding, and you power down the
it depends what you want to do, right? You can get a little more agile BMW style and put more power on the rear wheel, right? That also reduces the front wheel spinning if you don't want to be easy on the gas, right? And if you don't want to be sensitive and you want to give full power every time you take off, you can just tune down the front wheel and then it won't spin. More weight is on the back wheel. That kind of works pretty well. And then another element that we found really, really cool is if you are in a hilly trail environment, you can use the front motor, a little more in order to kind of, drag it up the hill versus push it up the hill. In the end, I mean, Michael has his own separate opinion on this, so I'm sure he can build on that a little more. I think it will come down to playing around a little bit with it and seeing what kind of fits your riding style the most.
How would you compare the suspension to like the OXO in terms of smoothness?
That's difficult. So I would say the OX or OXO is more on the damper side. So I think, I mean, we haven't talked about it, but the Nami is fully adjustable between pretty bouncy and very, very dampening, right? And the dampening is if I'm bouncing up and down, it hardly makes any movement without really jumping, right? And I think the OXO is rather on the dampener side of things, if that's a word, right? Maybe 80% as much. The travel is a little less. But overall, I think it's comparable to the damper settings on the Nami.
Nice. And we've actually got clips of you demonstrating the
thank you
suspension
for that.
us.
Can you show these?
Oh, yeah, we're going to show.
If it's okay with you.
Yeah, we'll put them up on the screen. And so the first one is with the dampers set loose. And so this is like with very little damping, and this is all kind of all spring. And then we have a kind of a slow, the slow-mo version of that. And then
right, and I was holding on to the door frame and actually tried to put the same weight on it, so you see the difference, right?
Yeah. All right, and then in the next clip we've got, now this is when it's as you said, adjustable dampers, and then the next clip you've cranked the dampers all the way up, so we've got maximum damping, because this is what I was really curious about. I saw in so here you can see like it's just barely moving. It's really, you can tell you've got full control, and obviously you're not gonna ride it at this level, but it shows that you can pretty much get any level of damping that you want. And that is an exciting thing to me, because when I saw like in the Wrong Way video, he showed it and it didn't look like it was damping quite this much. And I was thinking, I just want more. I love adjustable damping, but I want more. And seeing this makes me so happy, because it just shows you kind of no matter what amount of damping you want, you can just dial it in and get it. So that's
and it's actually very, very easy to adjust. It's just a tiny little dial. I think these are originally motocross technology suspensions. That's where Michael got them. They're like Taiwanese brand. And they're very easy to adjust. We basically just get off, turn it around as you like, and get back on.
Love it. One of the things I love about this is that, being a 165 millimeter damper, it's apparently a really common size. And so even if somebody decided they just didn't like these at all, they could, there's like an endless number of 165 millimeter dampers you could swap in there.
Right.
So that's really forward thinking on Michael's part, I think.
What comes through is that Michael designed this really with an end user in mind. I think with a lot of experience in the earlier days of Carbu, right? A lot of things that they did that he maybe didn't want to repeat, that he wanted to do better. And I think that comes through on a lot of elements of the scooter, right? In terms of, it's the first batch, right? And I do realize it's a little bit of a risk. What I've seen, it looks phenomenal. The quality is really, really great. But I think he's taken some, of the earlier mistakes on board and really tried to avoid them. And bring together a really nice package.
Now I understand it's got a bunch of unique features. One of them is the cruise control. I don't know have you had a chance to try that? And can you? I
did, yeah.
Yeah, can you describe how you engage it?
Initially, it's just like a regular. Well, no, actually, it's not it's like a cruise control in a car, right? So you do hold your speed, and it doesn't really matter how long you have held it, right? It can fluctuate a little bit, and then you do press on your left-hand side the minus button for I think it's 2 to 3 seconds. The symbol turns on in the display, and then it holds the speed. You let go of the throttle. So far, so good. But then you have the plus and minus button at your disposal to actually regulate speed.
So you can actually bump it up. You can actually bump it up and down with the plus and minus.
That's amazing.
Just like in a car.
Wow.
It's quite
pretty. Yeah, I imagine
it's pretty cool. And I've tested it only in the extreme mode, it's called, right? Maximum power mode, whatever. And I initially thought, okay, this is gonna, I press one time on the plus, it's gonna go too fast. No, but it's actually gradual. It's nice. So the first plus you hardly feel, second plus you feel a little more, and then it kind of adapts and gets you faster.
This is amazing. And imagine it disengages just like any other cruise control, right? You just tap on the brakes or tap on the throttle. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. And this is what I love, is seeing things like this and the Phantom. It's sort of the evolution of scooters, and it's these game-changing features that come out, and then all of a sudden everything else has to follow and evolve and get better. And I love seeing things move forward like this.
Right. It is though surprising that not more of the more established manufacturers kind of push forward there.
Yeah.
I mean, suspension-wise, you can say, okay, Inokim had a nice invention there and so on, but I think it's possible to push it further, especially if you see that Michael basically within 2 years, put something out that is kind of at the forefront, and that is his first scooter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of work and sweat, I'm sure, has gone into it, but yeah, it is surprising that there are no others that are kind of leading this development,
Yeah. And and then on the portability side, I mean, this is not a lightweight scooter. There's not something anybody's going to want to carry upstairs, but just for like picking it up and loading it into something, it looks like it's maybe easier to pick up than a Wolf Warrior or, what's it like to pick up?
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it's the same weight. But it's easier to pick up because you have less moving parts. The stem folds down, and you basically pick it up by the frame that has a lot of ability to grip it. And if you lift it from your knee, you can easily lift it on the truck bed or into a large trunk. Much easier than the Wolf, because when it folds, as we know, the Wolf actually becomes bigger, right? And it's partially loose to move around is quite difficult. It's easier with two people actually.
Right. And then it's got this. Another innovation that it's got. We saw recently just a couple different scooters come along. Inokim had the Quick 4 had a new screen on it, and then Apollo with their Phantom, and then now this is like the coolest screen we've seen so far. It looks almost like it could be a touch screen, but I think it's not a touch screen, right?
It's not. No, yeah, it's not. But the screen, I mean, yes, the screen has a lot of cool display features, but I think its real strength is in the joint working with the controllers to customize a lot of the riding elements. I mean, in terms of display, I could go on and on about it, right? But I'll just mention 2 or 3 things that I really liked about it. You have different riding profiles, which I think for tuning down the power, you don't necessarily need so much, but you can use it to, give different strengths to front and rear wheel for different riding conditions. I think that works quite well. You can actually change e-braking intensity for these different riding profiles, which I think comes in quite handy, because very often you don't want level 5 e-braking unless maybe you have a very hilly ride, that you're on that high level and you kind of want to recuperate more energy. You can just switch it up and then switch it back down for regular riding. I think it's really cool.
And that also be really handy if you had more than one rider that was riding. And I know Chuck and I always we kind of fight over our P settings. He's pulling the e-braking higher and I'm pulling it lower, and so that would be super handy for.
When you say profiles, like, does that mean, like, how in a car, right? The newer cars, like, you go in, it like looks at your face, and then it like says, oh, and then it moves my seat and all that stuff. Does it have like multiple profiles where you can say, hey, I'm user 1 or whatever, name it? Right. It actually has that.
They're pre-named with letters, and you have the first one is an E for Echo, and there are certain settings that are regulated down for the Echo mode to maintain it as an Echo mode. But then I believe that 2 through 5 you can freely customize in terms of acceleration and torque profiles for the 2 different controllers.
It just saves it, so you just
e-braking
click
and so
in
on.
there.
Correct.
It's so cool.
In fact, this is, I think, one of my favorite things about it is that when you get a scooter that lets you control as many things as the
it's a pain if you have to redo it every time. Yes. That's the problem, and like this might be one of the. I mean, so many scooters lose their. I mean, how many scooters actually even keep their gear setting? I mean, that's like the most annoying thing when you're riding. Take out the scooter, again. Click, click. It's like it's not a big deal, but it's like come on, let's evolve.
Yeah. So
Cool.
Three more things I want to mention on the display. It has a password function. Now, it's not as fast as a fingerprint, but you can set your personalized, I think, 4-digit code, and then you just, with the plus and minus, when you turn it on, you enter it. I think that's quite useful. And then it has like displays condition of the scooter that I've never seen before on other scooters. It's controller temperature, front and rear, like regular stuff like average speed, max speed. And then this is a little more of a gimmick, but it seems to be working. It's G-force, just so you can feel really good about yourself when you accelerate very strongly.
Do you think it's accurate? Do you think that's accurate when it's doing it?
I would have no ability to tell.
Okay, all right.
It does go up with further acceleration. But no, I can't tell. I would assume it is. It maybe has an accelerometer in there. I wouldn't even know how to measure G-force. And then it shows, and this is a little similar to what we've seen on the Quick 4. It shows the current output. This one seems to be very accurate. I'm not 100% sure how accurate it is on the Quick 4, but it shows for the front and the rear controller these turning circles around the speedometer that kind of show you how much power you are drawing through the two different controllers.
Fantastic. And then I guess I've heard good things about the battery meter as well, and in terms of sort of percentage remaining and that it's pretty realistic. Does it also estimate miles for you like the Phantom does, or is it?
Yeah, it does. It does. It has a percentage that seems to be very accurate. And again, we haven't really done the range test yet, right? We've always recharged it, but it seems to be accurate according to the reviews, and then it does calculate estimated range.
Wow. That's
Okay.
that's
Well,
really cool.
I can't wait to dig into that and see how it's doing that calculation.
I did not expect that it was gonna have that too. And then so now we'll get to the question that everybody's probably asking about. You're getting like so many inquiries every day about this, but how much will it cost, and when can people get one?
All right. Well, it's already on the way. We've listed it in line with recommended retail at $44.99. Which, when we started this project together with Michael, I thought, you're crazy. Actually seeing where this is positioned in the market, I think it's a lot of value at that price, just by looking at the competition and so on. And, quality costs money. I've seen, and we're actually working on a little video to show you guys how it's manufactured. A lot of it is done by hand. The frame is welded by hand, and it seems to be a master welder because he's doing such a good job on the aluminum joints there. It looks really beautiful. And it's available currently for pre-order, very limited, and it's you'll get a $300 kind of discount off of that price. And shipment is end May, and it really looks good for end May shipment despite all the logistical issues that we've been having.
May.
That is quick. And then once I'm assuming the first batch is just going to sell out because that's kind of what we've been seeing in the scooter world lately. Do you have an idea how soon you'll be able to backfill if that happens?
Right. Yeah, we have a few more coming. I'm trying to be a little cautious and not order 500 pieces of the first batch and so on. But everything looks really, really good. So we've already reordered, and we'll be able to have a decent supply coming for the summer.
Fantastic.
I do expect, though, a lot of people will be waiting a little bit potentially to see what actual riders say versus the more experts like you guys or the guys in Europe. But I have no doubt that this will blow people's mind once they take it out of the box.
Yeah.
One more thing I really love, and I don't think anybody has mentioned that, is we managed to eliminate styrofoam in the box.
Good.
It's
nice.
quite the upcharge, but there is no styrofoam, no plastic. It's really, really thick cardboard, and this is something that we want to drive with our suppliers to improve over and over again. And it's great to see that Michael is there at the forefront.
That styrofoam, you can't recycle it.
You can't do anything with it. It takes up so much space. I mean, we have literally I did a recycling run this week. And we got rid of all our cardboard, no problem.
Vans full.
But we have this huge pile of styrofoam. We
imagine that times hundreds, thousands of scooters, and it's like we're in the it's like
really applaud.
Part of this industry is about is so environmentally good for the planet, and to be able to do that, that's great.
Yeah.
We need to work more on packaging though. We actually just started removing all plastics from our shipping process and so on. But yeah, I mean the styrofoam is the next.
It's just big. It's just huge blocks, right? They don't even fit in garbage cans, basically.
And then you break them, and then they get everywhere.
I know, and they get everywhere.
Cheap, and it's very good.
Yeah.
It works very well.
That's
right?
true.
That's the problem.
Yeah. and we've already covered just a ton about the build quality, but what are your overall thoughts about the build quality so far? I know it's early days.
Yeah, I do love the folding mechanism because it's proprietarily designed. And again, I know Michael best from the times at Carbu when we had these issues on the connector with the Mantis, right? So I think a lot of the drama that we had at that time went into this. And of course, now Carbu has it resolved. It's super stable and so on. But he has done a slightly different approach where it's like a cone-shaped screw on top.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, we've got photos of it that we'll show everybody a little bit later on. But yeah, it's really cool.
I'm no engineer, but it feels like it's designed in a way where it kind of keeps itself stable over time, and you can readjust and screw. It feels incredibly smooth. The carbon fiber stem, I feel when you see this huge scooter, it has a relatively thin stem. If you don't trust the engineering, it kind of initially feels a little, okay, is that stable enough? Especially if you put the Wolf next to it and you have these two massive, massive bars. But it feels great. There's a little bit of flex in the stem, not in the connection, but because it's carbon fiber. And I know Michael chose that because the aluminum execution or the aluminum execution he had before broke after 50,000 tests, and the carbon fiber went up until 300,000, 400 kilograms. And in the end, it is. Yeah, he felt it's a better solution, and it feels really good to ride.
Yeah, cool. We actually got a super chat from Andrew Bell asking basically about that question. He said there's some chat in the discussion about the single stem at this power and speed, and basically, do you trust it at this point? I mean, if going fast,
I do trust it because I've seen the machine that Michael actually built himself in order to put the stem, including connection, under, I think he did, I don't remember the number.
50,000 poles or something. Yeah, it was
It's even more, with 400 kilograms all the way at the top and back and forth. And it is something that I've not seen, at least not presented to me from other manufacturers. I do trust that he has done everything he can to certify this as being safe and stable. But yeah, I agree. The stem looks a little thin, but carbon fiber is a very, very strong material.
Should we go? We have a couple other questions. Should we run through those?
Yeah.
Is that okay, Julian? You have a few more minutes?
Sure.
Cool. Let's see. Well, actually, there we go. The next one is John Richardson, who's a regular of ours. He asks, how much testing has been done on the durability of the controllers?
I would need to ask Michael. I know that he has ridden his model for thousands and thousands of miles, right, on that same controller, but obviously like a prototype version. It's also not that he kind of created this controller himself. These are Cinewave controllers that are around and they're installed in other scooters, as far as I understand. But this could be a more technical question when he's on eventually, yeah.
And it looks like it's very well cooled. It looks like you've got it right sort of on the chin of the scooter there where it catches maximum amount of air.
It's actually waterproofed and it's outside of the battery compartment.
Nice.
So it does have air there, that's correct. And then, you always have the monitoring of the controller temperature in the display. Nice. So you don't overheat them and burn them out.
Nice. And then Kim Richmond asked, do the handlebars fold?
No, they do not. No, they do not. And to be honest, on scooters that are going 35 or more miles an hour, I do never really think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really designed to be portable. The deck is so wide anyway, you're not really narrowing up the scooter that much if you did fold the handlebars.
True. So that's true. Yeah, the deck is relatively wide, but that obviously enables a lot of different stances. So yeah, I don't think it would make sense in this way.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that's all the questions that we've got.
One other question,
Viper. This is
that's
other
about
stuff.
a different one. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get to that later.
Yep. Well,
Julian, yeah, it's great.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure as always.
Yeah, we can't wait to get the Nami and ride it and get some numbers on that, compare it. We're about to compare it with some stuff that we've seen, and we've looked at the video. So yeah, we're quite excited. It looks like one of the just most complete packages out there at any price, because there's not that many scooters that are dual motor that are complete packages, and this one is just. It's taking it to the next level, and just I'm so interested to see how all these new features and technologies are gonna then hopefully trickle down into these other, because like now it's like basically it's like when somebody does something better and they see that like that sells, hopefully we're gonna see this technology brought into other manufacturers too, and then it's just gonna keep pushing the market forward. That is what is exciting to me. This is kind
of like what you see with the Mercedes S-Class. They come out and they'll have like all these new features, and it's like, oh, that's what cars are going to look like 5 years from now in terms of features and things. So, but in our case, hopefully 1 year from now or 2 years from now. So
it's fast. It seems really fast. We've only been doing this 2.5 years, and like look where we were, and now and now we've got these crazy at cruise control. Anyway,
it's amazing.
Very cool.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the clips, all the information, all the data. This has been huge, and we really appreciate it, Julian.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, and I'll get you that model very soon.
All right. I look forward to it. Can't wait.
Take care, Julian.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Man, so this is gonna be great.
I am
super chats.
So excited.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of super chats. So
Holy smokes.
well, some of them were questions. So should we quickly do the super chats?
Yeah, let's do the super chats.
All right, here we go. you wanna hit it, Ramir? Do you have them queued up?
Oh, I do. Termod Thomas Morton Torgensen, he sent 55 NOK. I'm thinking that's $6 US.
Yeah.
He says, can't wait for the roaster from Voro Motors and have a date with the Viper as soon as I can get my hand on the roasters. 2021 looks to be very good.
There's going to be collectors, man, of these. There's going to be like these Dan August and the who's the other guy in Texas? Remember that guy? Oh, shoot, I forget his name. Anyway.
It's one more super chat.
Yeah.
From Nightworker. $5. He says, love the scooters. Love getting info from you guys.
Hey, thank you.
Nightworker.
Thank you, Nightwalker.
We love being here.
Yeah.
I look forward to this. I got my week off because it's been a lot of weeks, but like it's definitely like a thing I look forward to, just like hanging out with everybody here and
and especially this week. Because I'm so excited about the scooter. Like the deeper I dig into all the specs and all the opinions about it and things, like the more excited I get about the scooter. And I think one of the reasons why there's so much buzz about this scooter is because Michael Shaw kind of took everybody along for a ride as he developed the scooter. I've never seen anybody develop something
pun
so
intended or not.
I actually
Did
didn't
you
mean to
even
say
know
that. No,
Okay,
I'm totally not intentional. I've never seen anybody develop a scooter so publicly. He's like even today, every day. He'll come out and be like, "Hey, what do you guys like in a steering damper?" Or what are he'll just ask, and then he's constantly. It's a very brave thing to do to ask for feedback because you'll get it, and then you get buried in it, and then you still have to stay focused on your vision and all that. But he's just done it, and I think people followed along, and people just you kind of start rooting for it, and here it is. And it it actually happened. Another case where the hype is turns out to be real.
It seems so. And also one thing that I was surprised about, I thought it was going to be about $6,000.
Yeah,
that's what we had been talking about,
Yeah.
and we're thinking, okay, we're in Ryon territory. We're in Dualtron X territory. We're above like Dualtron Thunder territory. We're above. It's like, where does it fit in the market? I know we're going to kind of talk about it later, but when you talk about the price being 45, right? You're really at like that. You're kind of at the high-end Dualtron, except for the X. So you're scooter, normal scooter-ish territory.
That surprised me too. That it was that it came out in that range. And it is so the other thing. So aside from him taking us along with him and like getting, we all got excited watching it get developed. Is the other thing that excites me about it is just that it is a game-changing scooter, kind of like the Apollo Phantom. Yeah. It's like we were saying, it introduces all these new things that we will probably see proliferate into other scooters.
They have to. It's just it's like it's software and firmware and it's probably not. I don't know. I definitely see that stuff trickling down. That's what's awesome.
Especially things like the cruise control. You know, if your buttons are there, you know, I mean, I'm probably oversimplifying this, and people who write code for a living are probably hating me right now, but it looks pretty easy to add cruise control if you've got the buttons in the right place and all that. And this sort of cruise control is just, that sounds like great. You don't have to wonder when it's going to kick in, which is the case on so many other ones. The other thing that surprised me so much about all accounts of this scooter is that the throttle is so smooth at low speed. The only other scooter I've ever encountered that was like this, the Phantom Ludo that we have here, the prototype Ludo, is like I can cruise it at walking speed and then without changing any settings, just go nuts and spin the wheels and things. And we actually have a clip of the throttle being applied.
I've tried quite a bit of.
Here's a clip of Wrong Way riding the scooter and sort of talking to us.
I've tried quite a bit of scooters on this channel, ranging from mini motors to newer fan favorites like the Cabo Wolf Warrior, but even with this amount of power, this scooter is now in the maximum. I've tried quite a bit of scooters on this channel, ranging from mini motors to newer fan favorites like the Cabo Wolf Warrior, but even with this amount of power, this scooter is now in the maximum. I've tried quite a bit of scooters on this channel, ranging from mini motors to newer.
Manual out and like set everything up. If you want to change things, you can toggle it between preset.
And the profiles. Like this is the first time we've had multiple profiles that save. I don't think we've seen that.
Yeah.
No, I know we haven't.
And it's got 5 of them, which is a really nice number. You know, it's like, you know, and number 1 is kind of reserved. You can only do certain things in eco mode. And then the rest of them are kind of, you know, you can kind of go nuts and kind of program them any way you want. Something else that's kind of unique for a hyper scooter, a really fast scooter, is its IP55. You know, you look at other super fast scooters like the Ryan, and you know, there's no IP rating for that. In fact, it's got big holes in it.
Yeah, and all the other ones are really 54. Yeah, right? I mean, if they have it, they're usually 54.
Yeah, and then the Dualtron, the closest Dualtron to this, which is what did I write down way down below here? The Storm. Yeah, the Dualtron Storm. It's got no IP rating at all.
It should have it because it's called Storm.
That really surprises me, actually. Dualtron, because they're, you know, it's a good company, and I was actually, maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let us know that in the comments. But our database, we've got it as having no IP rating for the Storm. And then, of course, the adjustable suspension is kind of a game changer. I mean, you've got good suspension on the Oxo, on the Eagle Pro, on the Wolf, and the Wolf King, but adjustable suspension, you know, the Dualtron X is the only one I can think of that's got, you know, a damping adjustable.
Some of them have like 2 settings, right? Or they say they're adjustable.
I mean, you can adjust the spring, but this way, you know, where you're actually really controlling the damping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How fast it springs back, basically.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool. You can see the shock right here on the screen. We've got the. It's got
and
the
what kind of
adjuster.
technology is in there, right? So is it hydraulic? Is it rubber in there?
This is hydraulic.
So it's true hydraulic.
Yeah, this is basically a little tiny motor. It's like a motorcycle shock, or in this case, a mountain bike shock. And it's just exactly what my motorcycle has on it, which is, you know, it's hydraulics inside and a spring, and then you've got this valve that you get. It's a little bypass valve you can open up, and it lets some of the fluid bypass the valving and gives you just total control over the damping.
So all of the best damping scooters have been rubber that we've ridden, except for, is there any, well, the front of the Wolf is hydraulic, right?
It has just a little bit of hydraulic in it. In fact, it could use a little more oil. But yeah, all the best that we've ridden so far is rubber, and we've not ridden one with an adjustable hydraulic damper on it. So very excited to check that out. Yeah, and then of course the patented stem latch. So we talked with Julian.
Man, finally we're getting away from the collar stems, right? I mean, like the Mantis does have a better one now, but my goodness, it's been, you know, it's a happy thing to start seeing some of these like better and better stems come out.
And when I first looked at this, I was like, oh, it's shiny metal. It must be aluminum. Those threads are going to rip right off, but it's not. It's stainless. I mean, this is a very, very heavy-duty thing, and the testing rig that Michael built to test this is absolutely amazing. And so far, all accounts are that that it really, really works well. So again, kudos to him for, you know, being such a, you know, a small and new company, but leading the way, doing industry-leading things. You know, it's a testament to his the passion that he has for what he's doing. And then the other standout features are the sine wave motor controllers, and the biggest deal about this is just, to me, is efficiency.
Celsius
and so we got a clip from
Celsius outside, really cold, and one's going 90 kilometers an hour. And just to prove my point here, the scooter has more range than a scooter with a even
on the right,
bigger battery. And you might.
Yeah, and so I took those numbers from the Wrong Way video, and then also took our Wolf King numbers and kind of averaged them all together, and then compared how many kilowatts per mile each of these scooters got, or how many miles per kilowatt rather,
or watt hours per mile.
Yeah, how far they could each go per amount of electricity. Yeah. And this came out, the Burn-E came out about 20% more efficient than the average of all these other scooters, including the ones that were on the screen there. And so that's, I mean, efficiency is the name of the game. It's like it's just all good stuff. You get more power, more miles, less weight.
And I think from what we've seen so far, everybody's getting 45 to 48. I think somewhere around there.
Wrong Way got 48 and a half.
Yeah.
Before I saw that, I estimated that we will get 45 miles, and so we'll have to come back and revisit and see if I'm right about that. Yeah. But I think on our range test, that's what I'm predicting. And
which is crazy. I mean, only one scooter's ever beat that.
That's right. Yeah, the eMove Cruiser at 50.3, I think would be the only scooter we've ever tested that's higher than that. And that's
we'll get the new eMove Cruiser with the more powerful one. It'll probably go down a little bit. But still, I'm sure it'll be huge.
But, very excited. And so then the next thing that comes to mind is like, what does this scooter compete with? Performance wise, I mean, the fastest thing we've got is the Wolf King, but it's top speed wise is right there. But sort of rideability and technology wise, it's not. Doesn't feel like in the same category. This is like more of a super scooter, and it's at a super
more than
double.
More than double the price.
Exactly,
right?
It's one and a half at least. Yeah, and so it kind of makes sense. And then the other thing, naturally, any fast, super fast scooter, you're going to want to compare with Ryan, and that's still another beast. I mean, that's still it's really different. This is the Burn-E is like a 103-pound scooter. The Ryan's like 70 pounds. The Ryan's is gonna still dust this thing in a straight line, like for immediate sort of acceleration. But the Ryan doesn't really have any suspension to speak of, so and doesn't have a kickstand. So for like a real world scooter,
it's more of a racing scooter, not a everyday commuter
this is something like. This is something you could use, all the time. I mean, you're not going to haul it upstairs, but you could use for any riding sort of purpose you'd want to use it for.
Yeah. Do we have that acceleration? Did you have that?
I'm going to have to, I totally spaced on that. So while you guys do the news, I'll pull that. We'll come revisit that.
We have a little acceleration. Paul makes a great chart. So we have a little acceleration comparison chart of where we've seen these numbers, right? Yeah. From multiple videos versus the scooters that we have, and really trying to see where it fits.
Yeah. We'll come back around to that.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think the most direct direct scooter that this would compete with would be like the Dualtron Storm. I mean, it's price-wise, it's like right there.
Yeah.
And it's got the weight, the voltage, the power, the battery is really close.
And we'll have a Storm, I think, soon.
Oh my gosh,
in the next month or so.
That would be a great head-to-head.
Yeah.
Even like the wheel diameter, the top speed, they're all about the same. One thing I didn't realize, the Storm has a removable battery.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's kind of an interesting feature. I mean, outside of fleets, it's not super useful because I mean, it's a big battery. It's going to be expensive. No, I can't imagine. You're not going to bring one with you in your backpack and swap it out halfay through the ride. So I'm not sure.
Maybe after you ride it for a couple, 2-3 years, you're getting half the range or something.
Or for charging, like if you had a
that's true. If you want to leave it downstairs, right? Take the battery and move it up like the Roadrunner, the Roadrunner.
Yeah. Okay. So I can see using it that way. The Storm, as mentioned, has no IP rating, which is surprising. But anyway, that is kind of surprising. Anyway, and so a couple of things came up. We watched a ton of videos this week, just like reviewing everybody else's reviews. And one of the things that got called out was the external, having a lot of the wiring running externally. And, it doesn't really bug me. If you have that sort of, I actually kind of like it because if you're going to service it, it's actually handy to have some of the wiring outside. As long as it's that, that sort of plug and play cabling, that works really well. And then another thing that got called out was the horn. And
the horn is in a precarious.
Well, you would think so, and I kind of agreed when I first saw that.
Yeah.
And then I'll bring a photo on the screen
because it seems like it's going to get junk flown into it.
It is,
right?
It is. But here, I'll show you something.
Okay.
And this is my motorcycle, and There we go. So I felt like there's something familiar about the horn on the Burn-E, and I went out. This is a shot of my motorcycle taken today, and this is my horn that sits right in back of the front tire. It's not really, the fender begins up above this, so it just gets gunned with mud and rain and stuff. And the circle part up there, those are the wires, those are connectors. Those are not waterproof connectors.
Oh, really?
And it's got 36,000 miles on it. I ride it every day, rain or shine, and it's fine.
Really?
So yeah, so certain sorts of connectors are gonna be fine, and the horn is one of those things. So if it's a motorcycle horn, it's gonna be fine right where it is. Okay. So yeah. Now things that I would change on the scooter, and it seems bizarre to like be changing something we haven't even seen yet, but one of the things that I found out about the Burn-E is that the rotors are like 2 millimeters thick, which is not unusual. That's a kind of a typical size for like a Wolf, like the Wolf Warrior. Yeah, the 11, the Wolf Warrior 11. But, I've seen a couple folks mentioning that the rotors are kind of getting heated up and kind of discolored. And the Wolf King that we have, it has 3 millimeter thick rotors. Amazing. Like they don't heat up, they don't fade, they don't warp. And so I would love to see a little bit thicker rotor, like a 3 millimeter thick rotor, I think would be amazing on this scooter. Because anything that's in the Wolf Warrior, I think is fine. It's not as fast. When you get up to this level, you just need all the brakes you can get. 3 millimeters would be the trick. And let's see, other stuff. There was the clapping fenders. I'm not 100% sure where
that
the sound
and the
is
shape.
coming from.
That and the shape, but yeah.
The shape of the fenders is a little funny. It's got like kind of overlapping fenders, and I noticed in 2 different videos we could sort of hear what sounded like those fenders, those dual rear fenders, maybe clapping together. And we've got a video clip from Ride and Glide. This is an outfit.
They're in the UK. Shout out to Ride and Glide for allowing us to use the.
Yeah, they've got a great review video. All right, that's good on that one. They've got a great review video.
Sounds like a part of the song.
It does. And then just to make sure it wasn't a one-off, I was watching other videos and I caught it in the wrong way video as well. You can catch the same sort of rattle going on.
Components and a well thought out construction. I think there is no better.
It's funny because he's talking about
components.
That's good on that one. But it's funny because he's talking about the quality, and I think the overall quality I think is probably excellent. And this is just this your typical sort of teething things, and I'm sure that could be fixed in 5 minutes. But just thought it was funny to notice that sound on both of them, and I'll bet that's what that's from. It's just a little thing from the fender. Other things I would like to that just from watching the other reviews and things, it seems like it could use a bit more spring. You can use damping in place of spring sometimes. Like if you're going really fast and you go from hard throttle to hard brakes, it can be upsetting. Like the scooter can really like dive forward, and you don't you just. Sometimes you need a stiffer spring. I think this scooter would actually benefit from more spring. And we've got a video clip of what happens at full speed when you roll off the throttle. And this is, again, from Ride and Glide.
7, slow down.
And you can see both the front and rear end just kind of
Yeah, when I watched that video, I was like, whoa, when I slowed it down.
Makes me clench up when I watch that.
I think they mentioned it, Wrong Way said he mentioned that.
Yeah. Both of them, when you're off I think on the throttle is pretty stable and pretty smooth, but like when you're off the throttle, I think it's just that diving forward and the steering angle increases and it just gets a little wobbly. Michael Shaw's working on a steering damper for it, but to me, I would love to see it. Just a stiffer spring, I think, would also solve that. You wouldn't get so much dive going forward. And like we mentioned when we were talking to Julian, it's 165 millimeter shock, and so that's a very that's a readily available thing. You can just swap out an entire shock with an air shock or whatever you want. So
I'm looking at some of these comments and they're cracking me up. The questions.
Okay.
We'll get to them at the end of. We're almost at the end of the list of features here.
A couple more things to hit here. One of them is something that this is a clip that Chuck found, and this is the brake light visibility. And this again from Ride and Glide, the folks in England, and they kindly gave us permission to use their clips here. And what we're seeing here is that they're on and off the brakes. And the brake is like a little bit blocked by the fender. The brake light is a little bit blocked by the fender. It's also not super bright.
Daytime doesn't look, because a lot of the brake lights are going to be on the, the rear fin, right? They're going to be up a little higher, and there's nothing really blocking that. On this one, it is kind of, it's not, just it's not a bit. I mean, there's plenty of big scooters, you know, like the Cabo Mantis, right? It's similar, right? It's like it's on the deck, but you know, daytime it'd be nice to have it maybe up more bigger, like the Wolf, you know, where it's like, you know, up a little higher. Nighttime it looks good though.
And then the last call out that we have to share is one that Wrong Way found, and he points out that the unit he had, the turn signals are on the right hand side, which means you can't be throttling and signaling at the same time. It's a pretty minor thing. There's a video from Thailand where they saw on the same scooter, it shows up on one side and then it shows up on the other side. So clearly you can move this around if you didn't like it on one side. So minor thing. And so, Wrong Way calls this, it was a surprise, he calls this, you know, the best scooter he's ever ridden, which is is a strong statement.
It's a testament.
For somebody who's ridden so many scooters.
He's ridden a lot of scooters.
Yeah. So what do you think? Is it the best scooter ever? Having not ridden it?
I mean, I haven't ridden it, right? I'm not worried about a wobble at 59 miles an hour because I'm not going 59 miles an hour. I don't think people should be, to be honest, unless you're in rural areas with long stretches, right? I'm an urban commuter. There's no way I can get to. I mean, unless you're on that one road that you go on. But I'm not crazy. But I would say, if you don't live upstairs. This looks like, again, the best package. I'm looking here. Kevin Wade goes, add electric scooter. I can't believe Chuck hasn't mentioned the 2,000 lumen headlight already.
That's what happens when I write these things instead of Chuck, because I don't write at night.
So I didn't know it was 2,000.
Yes, it is 2,000 lumens. That's correct.
So, I mean, I don't know why, I get stuck on these things, thumb throttle versus, and so I'm looking at a couple other things. First of all, I'm a firm believer that scooters should be the full package. And we've gone through so much history where once you get to the dual motors, you get these things that you got to go and buy and tweak and mod and all that stuff. And it's not a fully realized package. The Wolf, when I first rode the Wolf, that was the one I was like, oh, you finally get a light. You finally get a horn. And we still have scooters where you don't get those like necessities. They make the buyer go and figure it all out. And that is not the way to get my goal is to get electric scooters, PEVs, out there more. And you're not going to do that if you don't have a complete package. So what I love about this scooter is that it is a complete package. Turn signals, cruise control. And of course, Kevin Wade, the front headlight that is adjustable. And, I know Wrong Way mentioned that, he did have to adjust it a little bit, which is a little bit of a surprise. But also, he was like, if you're going really fast, then the trajectory, the path of the light, the optics, he wanted to actually go out further. Yeah. And so maybe the light is too wide.
It's a little wide, and not very long top to bottom.
I mean, I definitely would say, the horizontal orientation with like a cutoff sometimes is really nice. And, again, like that might be something that you can just swap out, but it has it. I'm sure that it's like okay for going 15, 20, even 25 miles an hour. So I'm excited about that. I also noticed that the thumb throttle, that pad, that's actually I believe it's the pad that they use in the Apollo Pro Ludo, which is a scooter we had to give to another reviewer. So we didn't get to keep it, but it actually is still the fastest accelerating scooter that we've ever tested, slightly faster than the Phantom Ludo. But what it is that pad, I do like the thumb throttle, and I like that one, but I think a couple people here didn't love the length of it because the thumb area was like, it's out a little bit far. Whereas on the Phantom Ludo, right, they're using a horizontally oriented one, which is actually the style that you see on a lot of the smaller scooters, right? Which are just, the 9bot Max, the Xiaomi's, the Go Tracks, right? They're all that horizontal, they go this way rather than, sorry, I meant to say vertical that whole time. Anyway.
Gotcha.
So, I'm anxious to ride it and just really see how comfortable it is. But I'm super excited about like just the fact that, it won't be super jerky. You can still get speed. I'm excited about the suspension and the ride quality because that's the thing. I mean, what are you doing most of the time? You're not picking up the scooter. If you're not picking up the scooter, you're riding it. And so, this looks good. Anyway, we should go to more questions. We got a bunch of questions, it looks like.
Yeah.
A few more. Kim Richmond says, I can set my Apollo Explorer cruise control to 3 miles per hour. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could go at 3, but that's actually awesome because sometimes you're actually, you're riding with people that are walking if you're in a group. And actually, that's one of the features that the GoTrax G4 initiated, believe it or not. It was one that G4 is ahead of its time as well in a different way. Anyway, John Richardson says, Paul, how open is the charging port right above the horn?
Yeah. So the charging ports themselves, I mean, the business end of them where you're plugging in is kind of where your toes would be, the toe of your forward foot.
It's a little above though, right?
And so, yeah, it's kind of up, it's up on the curve there. So you're not going to step on it, and it's in a really good spot. The thing I'm curious about is what's on the back side of that. And I think that's probably what John's asking about is and I haven't had a good look in there to see, because those go right through. Well, I assume anyway. I don't know yet, I guess is the answer, how exposed those are on the backside. On the front side, they look great. I think they're in a great spot and very well protected.
Okay. Rusty James just says, you guys come to Sim City, let's ride.
All
cool.
Right.
Let's do it.
Well, and Alex Simon will be home there in a little while.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we got to start doing some, ESG tours. Another question, or just basically a comment from John Richardson saying, I think that I'm guessing he's referring to the wobble, the slight wobble caused by regenerative braking.
I don't think it is. I mean,
that's what he said. Ride and Glide said, but
no, they did absolutely. I saw that. I did see that in the video that Ride and Glide absolutely said that they thought.
Paul
it was
is basically saying no.
I'm saying I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can have an ABS setting that will make things pulse and wiggle, and it's possible they had that setting on. But I haven't seen anybody else mention that, and in this case, I just think it's the front end's diving and the geometry's getting all weird because I've felt that so many times on so many scooters.
We'll have to ride. I mean, once we ride it, I mean, Paul's like the scooter whisperer. Basically, he knows when there's a screw loose, and so
when scooters are behaving badly. Absolutely.
Yeah. We also got a question. Alton Dillon's asking about a VSET review. We will be getting the first shipment of VSET in when it comes to the U.S. and we'll be getting a review out right away. We have we will be getting that. It is confirmed. So we're super excited about that. Thanks for asking. Let's see.
And Ramir, we didn't ask you what you thought of the.
I don't think nothing. Just as of right now, we don't have it in house, so I can't speak too much on it. I watched the videos though. Yeah. Good reviews by those guys.
Yeah, seems like people.
I'm intrigued though.
Do you think it'll be Big Dog approved?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I think when Wrong Way, who is a self-professed, doesn't really like scooters anymore, right? You mean you saw his?
He had the best ending to a video ever.
Yeah,
it's the best scooter ever by an EC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the fact that he liked it that much, and I really trust Wrong Way.
Yeah.
He's usually right on with things. That's a pretty good stamp of approval. And it is first gen. Yep. And there's not a lot of first gen scooters, but except that Michael Shaw is not first gen.
No.
Right.
He's been through first gen.
Yeah. When you go to new factory, when you go to, whatever, there almost always is going to be some issues.
Yeah.
But he has been with Cabo, right? Yeah. And which is, making some of the best scooters out there.
And one of the things that surprised me, it sounded like Julian actually worked at him when he was at Cabo resolving some of those first gen sorts of things. That's amazing. That's like he was the guy. So
yeah, it's not, I mean, it's like, it's a lot of people now, but like, it's still a small industry. It's still like a pretty close knit, group of folks.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we covered it. Great job, Paul, on getting that going there. I mean, Paul, last question. If you had $4,500, what scooter would you buy?
No, it's not.
Just sorry, Paul. No, go ahead though. I mean, it wasn't really good. It was just
okay. We're just joking. All right.
So what are we doing next?
Now it's time for an ESG commercial break.
Oh, good.
Sponsored by Foro Motors.
All right. minute. Did you have a good nap over there?
Nah.
I saw you drooling on the couch.
Yeah, I was. I was so salivating at the scooter, and you guys.
No, I know.
I couldn't. Nah. Anyway,
when we go deep, we go deep.
With the news, Paul.
All right.
What's
so
up, Paul?
Lime has launched a new campaign with its millions of riders to advocate for better infrastructure for light vehicles. And they want to see more of this. We've had in San Francisco and other places like here in Berkeley, they've had a lot of slow streets where they kind of sort of cordon off streets and kind of discourage cars from going down them, and they want to continue that sort of stuff. What they've seen is like 111% increase in trips by users on streets where there's been with new cycle lanes. And then they've seen in San Francisco ridership increased by 28% when they had those slow streets. And in fact, I've noticed here on Virginia Street, right near here, I find myself riding around testing scooters from time to time, and I'll just gravitate towards Virginia Street now because I know there are not going to be a whole lot of cars there, and that it's set up for me to just kind of be.
Is that the one that they put the blockers?
Yeah,
they blocked it. It was Bike Boulevard, which that actually caused more accidents than regular
It seemed
streets.
kind of meaningless, but now it's like
they put the little slow streets, the little, what do they call those things? The A-frame barrier. Yeah.
And it just, but it really lets you just flow through, and it's like a little bicycle freeway, and I love it. So I'm using it, so I can see why other people like it too.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice. Industry news. So from Vora Motors, the Cabo Wolf King is back, and it's in stock, and it's ready to ship. The Wolf King.
All right. One of your favorites.
Yep, it's up there.
Or your favorite. Top one or two.
I can tell you my favorite scooter right now, Chuck. It's the...
Oh, okay, cool. All right. From Urban Machina, the WTF specials were supposed to expire at the end of April, but they extended them to May 15th. This includes promotions for the V-Set pre-orders, the Evolve Pro R, the Inokim Ox, and OXO. You save I think 150 in Canadian off a bunch of different scooters. So check that out. A link to the deals page is on our, it's in the video description. So check that out. And so those are some of the best deals going on right now in the industry. Okay. And speaking of Urban Machina, we love our Facebook community. So does Urban Machina. And so now it's time for the Facebook giveaway. All right. This is great. Thanks for all the likes, by the way. We got almost 80 likes already. And, compared to the amount of people watching, almost everybody has hit the thumbs up button, which is pretty cool. Okay, so Urban Machina is right here. They are giving away an Inokim bar bag, Inokim hat, and riding gloves. The shipping is U.S. and Canada. So thank you to Nancy and Olivia for sponsoring this giveaway, hooking up our community. We all appreciate it. So instead of the dice, because we don't want to get 3 6s in a row ever again, that was too scary, we have the Circle of Death.
Go ahead, the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, yeah, Wheel of Fortune.
Right here.
One or the other.
So.
Yeah, we got the names already preloaded, and we ready to roll?
5,
Oh,
4,
we're going to do a countdown?
3, 2, 1. Spin and running.
Oh, what a rush.
And the winner is Kent Mahilum.
Mahilum. Congratulations, Kent. Be in touch with David Vosk over on Facebook, and he will get you all that. You'll get your address and get that shipped out to you. Wow. This is a good show. It's good to be back, guys.
Yeah. Good to see you. Good to have you
Welcome back, Chuck.
I missed you guys last week. I was watching it while I was driving, but not really watching, more listening.
Yeah.
And it was, I was missing it. And it's good to be here, man. I do look forward to this, honestly, every week. I mean, this is work, but it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's pretty fun.
Seeing what's going on, updates, seeing what's happening in the community, chatting with everybody in the live chat.
So
anyway,
hey,
shout
thanks
out to Julian.
Yeah, I was just say thank you, Julian, for coming on. Thanks to all the super chatters
and
today.
Alex Simon for coming on as well.
Yeah.
I look forward to Friday. We drop the Apollo Air and Air Pro, and then we'll have Apollo on the show next week when we drop the full review, which will probably come Wednesday, I'm guessing.
Boom, Chuck.
So
he has it right. The man with the answers. We love you guys out there and gals. Come back next week. Keep it pumped. Keep it going.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, let's have a lightsaber battle.
Pause.
And don't forget to wear your helmet and ride safe. Good night, everybody.
Good night.